I want to start this video out by saying all constitutional rights invoked, now waived. I want to start this video out by saying all constitutional rights invoked, now waived. Let's talk about this real quick. I ain't going to drag it out. I'm going to get right to the point. So basically, this is a case where in Iowa, where the multi-state lottery is located, okay, this man was a general store manager who knew in advance that a Powerball ticket was worth $100,000. And he came to work on a day that he was not supposed to be working. And he didn't clock in. So he knew he wasn't supposed to be working that day. And he came in and he got a Powerball ticket for November 7th, 2022. And that ticket ended up being $100,000 winner. Now let me give you a key piece of information, because it's gonna be investigators watching this video too. They watch all my stuff too. Okay. Let me help the investigators out real quick. In order to win $100,000 on a Powerball ticket, that means that you would have had to power play it. That means you got 4 numbers. Okay, 4 of the white balls, and you got the bonus ball. Okay, so you got 4 of the bonus. You got 4 of the white balls and a bonus ball, which would have only been $50,000 winner. But when you power play it, it gives you $100,000. So what they're trying to say in this article is that it was a mistake ticket. It was a mistake ticket. It was a mistake ticket. But if it was a mistake ticket, how the fuck did you know to come to the store on your day off and get it before the drawing? Okay? How did you know that? How did you know that? You knew in advance this was a winner because you was tipped off. You was contacted and you was tipped off with this scheme that they've been having going on, with this other scheme. Okay? We got y'all asses. Okay? So this is what happened. Dude came to work, act like he was working, wasn't supposed to be on the clock, and got that ticket and got caught. Okay, now let's get right into this article, because this is what they have going on with their, this is what they have going on. They use people that work at stores that they got controlling relationships with to, cash those prizes and shit. That's why people like me and you, regular people that's not a part of that, don't know any winners, because they're creating them all. Pretty much. They pretty much creating most of them. Okay. An Iowa convenience store manager was fired after he allegedly purchased a Powerball ticket that he knew in advance was worth $100,000, according to state records. Aaron D. McVicker of, I don't even know how to pronounce that. I ain't gonna try. Dubuque, whatever, was employed as a manager at a Casey's General Store in eastern Iowa last fall when he was fired by the retailer, according to Iowa unemployment records. At a recent hearing dealing with McVicker's request for unemployment benefits, company representatives testified that McVicker had called Casey's human resource manager Melissa Klesman early last November and reported that he and 7 of his co-workers had won $100,000 in the Powerball lottery drawing using a ticket purchased at the store he managed. Klinsman asked McVicker several questions about the purchase to determine whether it was made in accordance with store policies that restrict the manner in which employees can buy lottery tickets. McVicker allegedly reported that he was not working when he purchased the ticket, did not sell it to himself, and did not run the cash register or the lottery machine to complete the sale. He reportedly said he bought the ticket the evening of November 7th. But Klinsman later concluded that while McVicker did not clock in for work on November 7th, he had been working that day and was on duty at the time he claimed the ticket was purchased. Klinsman spoke to McVicker on the phone again, at which point he allegedly mentioned that he sometimes purchased mistake tickets, which are lottery tickets printed out for customers but then set aside due to some sort of error that was made in completing the transaction. Klinsman spoke to McVicker on 2 more occasions, with McVicker allegedly altering his explanation of events and saying the ticket was purchased a day later than he had previously stated. According to testimony from Casey's officials, McVicker also reported for the first time that the winning ticket was a mistake ticket and hadn't been purchased in the traditional manner. Of course it was. After reviewing security video footage, store receipts, and collecting information from the Iowa Lottery, Casey's determined the winning ticket had been printed out the evening of November 7th, which means that he knew in advance. He knew in advance. Who did he get that information from is going to be key for cracking open this whole thing nationwide. So this is the key. This situation right here is another key. Okay, November 7th, and treated as a mistake ticket before being set aside. On November 8th, a store employee scanned the ticket and discovered it was a $100,000 winning ticket. The worker allegedly called McVicker, who reportedly came to the store and purchased the ticket. See that? See what they got going on? Casey's fired McVicker, alleging he had been untruthful during the investigation and that he had violated company policy. Administrative Law Judge Stephanie Atkinson recently denied McVicker's request for unemployment benefits, ruling that not only did he lie to the employer multiple times during the investigation, but he also purchased the ticket only after confirming it was a winning ticket. As a store manager, he was held to a higher standard than other employees. McVicker could not be reached for comment. Mary Nobauer of the Iowa Lottery said Tuesday that a $100,000 winning Powerball ticket was purchased at the Casey's General Store located at 5505 Asbury Road in Dubuque for the November 7th, 2022 drawing. That prize remains unclaimed and the ticket has not been presented to the Iowa Lottery for payment. Okay? All right. Okay, so there it is. So look, that exemplifies what we've been talking about. They got a little systematic scheme of a ring of winners that they have that has information on what's being won before it is. Okay, they got a little ring. That shit is over with. So this person got caught up in it on the same night that other shit went down, November 7th and November 8th. So this right here, this man is going to know. This man is going to have information as to where he got that from. Because, see, when you play Powerball, you're not making a mistake power playing, okay? Anybody that plays the Powerball, if they power play that ticket, they know exactly what the hell they played. That means you put more money on it. So whoever played this ticket, they knew it was going to be a winner. So they had to power play it to make it more, okay? Because they got double the money, okay? There was no mistake ticket. There was no mistake ticket. This is what they got going on. You can look up this article yourself. This came out March 14th, 2023, okay? All right. Okay. So, when you lie one time, you got to keep on lying and keep on lying and keep on lying and keep on lying. And those lies have to be consistent with each other. And this situation right here is consistent with a fucking RICO operation they got going on. They need to be ran up in like yesterday. Some more lottery directors need to be fired. More. That wasn't enough. They need more. This shit stink to high heaven. But we out of here. All constitutional rights invoked, now waived, and we up out of here. Hello, my beautiful and brave. I want to start this video out by saying all constitutional rights invoked, now waived. Okay, getting right into it. This is the motion to dismiss that was entered by the multi-state lottery. Okay, now for those who don't know law, I'm going to give you a little message right now. I'm not going to bore you with this stuff. I'm not going to read this and scroll and you're going to say, oh my God, what does that mean? And try to have to cross Google stuff. No, I'm going to feed you this like a baby. I'm going to bite it up in little pieces and I'm going to feed it to you so you can understand just as if you went to law school. Okay, this is a motion to dismiss, which is something that you enter in the court and you say, throw the lawsuit out. Throw it out, throw it out. Now, there could be many different reasons you can file a motion to dismiss to throw a lawsuit out. Now, this particular situation, this is a motion to dismiss to throw out the lawsuit, saying that the court doesn't have personal jurisdiction. Okay, now I'm pretty sure I got some attorneys that's going to be on here, that's going to be listening to me, and they can chime in down on the comment section if they have anything to say, or if they have any objection to anything. If I'm wrong about anything that I say, the attorneys can flood the comment section and say, oh, he's wrong, he doesn't know what he's doing, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Okay, so let's get right into it. Okay, let's get right into this bullshit. The first thing I want to talk about is this motion to dismiss is defective for so many different reasons. Now, let me tell you, they said they want the lawsuit to be thrown out because the court has no personal jurisdiction over them, okay? Now, they thought they was being smart, but what they actually did was they made my job a little bit more easier, as they always do. Because like I said, they're in the wrong, so they have to do all this crooked stuff, and it's going to be easy to catch them because they have to keep doing it. Like when someone lied, they have to keep lying and lie again, and they have to keep those lies straight. You see what I'm saying? And with me growing up, I was always able to identify all the liars. Even when I don't tell them that I know they are a liar, I just pretend like I believe them and let them, tell their little conversations and stories and stuff, and I still act like I believe them, but I know they're a liar because my memory is so good, okay? And when you tell me something, once something is put into my head, it never goes away. So when you reintroduce the information to me differently, okay, my brain is automatically going to pick up the discrepancy by itself without even trying, because I trained myself how to be like this since I was a little boy. Okay. Now, with that said, we're going to get right into it. Okay. Now, they're saying that the court lacks personal jurisdiction, which means that the court don't have no authority over them as a person, okay, or as a company, okay. And you can file a motion for lack of personal jurisdiction if a lawsuit is filed against you and you have no association with that state, or the acts that are alleged in the complaint has nothing to do with the state, which they call the forum, okay? So they call the state the forum, okay? So actually, there's a number of different ways to defeat a motion to dismiss for lack of personal jurisdiction. The number one thing is you want to have something in an affidavit, okay, that can prove that the court does have jurisdiction, or you want to have something in their filing, okay, that proves that the court does have jurisdiction. Now let's get right into it. I'm just so excited and anxious about exposing what I'm about to expose here. I'm going to do it quickly as possible. All right. Now, primarily, let's just go down for a minute. Let's look at Exhibit A before we do anything, before I even get in here. Okay, because I need to show you guys how much of a liar, how big of liars these are. This is their exhibit. Okay, this is an affidavit from Wayne E. Dolezal. Wayne E. Dolezal hereby declare under the penalty of perjury as follows. I am an individual over the age of 18 years old. I am the Deputy Executive Director for the Multi-State Lottery Association, Muscle, a defendant in the action filed by plaintiff Mark McCormick in the Maricopa County Superior Court of Arizona, case number CV2022-053274. I have personal knowledge of the matter stated herein, or I have obtained knowledge of the facts and events stated herein by reviewing the relevant business records relating to such facts and events. Muscle is an unincorporated Iowa nonprofit association with its office and principal place of business located in Johnston, Iowa. Muscle does not have any offices, employees, or agents for service of process in Arizona and does not sell tickets or conduct any other business in that state. Powerball is a multi-jurisdictional game developed by Muscle and offered by Muscle member and non-member state lotteries throughout the country. All Powerball lottery drawings are conducted in Tallahassee, Florida. Muscle members transfer a portion of their Powerball ticket sales to Muscle on a weekly basis to fund the Powerball prize pools and reserve accounts for each drawing. Each of Muscle's separate member lotteries, including the Arizona Lottery, retain independent statutory duties regarding lottery ticket sales, retailer authorization, prize payments, income offsets, and other responsibilities. Muscle does not conduct or manage the lottery operations for its members in their respective states. The Arizona Lottery is neither an agent nor subsidiary of Muscle. I declare under the penalty of perjury of the laws of the state of Arizona and the United States of America that the foregoing is true and correct to the best of my knowledge, information, and belief. Okay, let me tell you what the problem. Okay, let me tell you where the problem come in with this. First of all, I want to point to number 5. Muscle does not have any offices, employees, or agents for service of process in Arizona and does not sell lottery tickets or conduct any other business in that state. Okay, now let me tell you the problem with number 5. The problem with number 5 is the fact that in order to legally do activity or business in the state of Arizona, you have to have consent from the Arizona Corporation Commission, okay? You also have to have a resident agent that lives in Arizona, okay? You have to have that. All right, you have to have it. Okay, since they don't have that, they are conducting business in Arizona illegally, okay? Because they don't have their paperwork in order with the Arizona Corporation Commission, and they're doing activity, okay? They doing business and activity in the state of Arizona, okay? They're pulling money out of the state and pulling it into their prize pool. That's business. Okay, somebody need to knock on their brains and see if it's home, because that's business. If I send some money to another company on a weekly basis or on a daily basis, then I don't care what that money is for. That's business. That's business. We're in business together, okay? So they are conducting business, and they don't have a resident agent in Arizona, and they don't have an agent for service of process in Arizona. So that proves that they are not in compliance with the Arizona Corporation Commission, okay? Let's keep on going. Let's keep on going. Let's keep on going. All right? Now, let's look at number 8. Muscle members transfer a portion of their Powerball ticket sales to Muscle on a weekly basis to fund the Powerball prize pools and reserve accounts for each drawing. That is continuous and systematic contact. Okay? All right? That's continuous and systematic contact, and that also qualifies for general personal jurisdiction to be used by the court. And it also corroborates the fact that specific jurisdiction can be obtained too, okay, because the acts are being committed in Arizona. All right, so the alleged acts in the complaint was committed in the state of Arizona against one of its residents. So constitutionally, they have to afford that resident, okay, due process by accepting personal jurisdiction. All right. So this person lied saying that they don't do business in the state of Arizona. You do. Okay. You do. You do. You put your foot in your mouth with this affidavit. Thank you very much, beautiful. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you. I needed this. Okay, so this shows that they did not get in compliance with the Arizona Corporation Commission. This also shows that they're taking in money weekly. Okay, so they are doing business. Okay, they are doing business. Okay, so they were properly served when we served Arizona Lottery, and Judge Backus cheated for them. I should have got the default motion because they failed to respond. They are not responding until now with this motion to dismiss, which is totally erroneous, okay? Which is totally misplaced, okay? And which is completely embarrassing. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. Y'all didn't have lead counsel look this over before y'all filed this? Are you guys out of your minds? You guys are out of your goddamn minds. You didn't have lead counsel review this before you turned this in? This is dead on arrival. This is dead on arrival. This is dead on arrival. The complaint alleged that you committed acts that were done in Arizona. So there it is. We got these liars with this affidavit, all right? We got these liars, and each state that they reach their hand in and collect money from has personal jurisdiction over them if they are alleged to have partaken in some ill-gotten gains or illegal activity. So not only are these people receiving ill-gotten gains, they are not following the state laws, and they're being allowed. So we got to see who these people are that's allowing them and what their interest in this is. Okay, so this thing is going to get dug deeper and deeper. You see what they're doing? You see what they're doing? They're exposing themselves. Now let's get back to this affidavit. I'm just going to go back up. Okay, they asking for it to be thrown out. They're saying that they're citing all of this stuff which is erroneous. This is all, this is sad. But anyways, this is what they filed, asking to get out. This is what they filed. This stuff, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. So this is what they thought they was gonna do. Let me tell you they plan back to them. This is what they thought they was gonna do. They said, okay, we'll file this motion and we'll say that the court don't have personal jurisdiction. Therefore, the amended complaint that he's trying to file can be futile, because we'll just say that it lacks, because we don't have personal jurisdiction, that no amendment will cure that. Okay, so this is what they set up. This is what they had set up. I'll sit back and laugh, but they said, well, we'll file that, and then that'll take care of everyone. So all of the other lotteries that he and all the other defendants that he put on there, you just file the same thing, and then it's he has no case. He doesn't have a case where it's going to get thrown out. Like, this is what they thought they did. So what they had to do was they had to contact Douglas Leroy Reyes, okay, the federal judge at the federal court, and they had to have him. Actually, they contacted the federal court, put them on notice that I was coming up there. So when they said, oh, he's coming up there, he's going to file a RICO complaint, and they said, okay, when he filed it, we're going to let him file it, right away without the filing fee, so it can get on file so we can hurry up and throw it out. Okay, so you guys won't have to worry about him going into the federal court. Okay, so then that leaves the state court, and then in the state court just say you don't have personal jurisdiction, and anybody that he names in there to get thrown out. Okay, so that's what they thought. Okay, that's what they thought. All right, and when they turned this motion in on the 8th, I read it, and I was like, ooh, come on, bitch. I said, come on with it. I said, come on. You want to know why? because I'm an expert when it comes to personal jurisdiction. Personal jurisdiction is my thing. And if for the lawyers that's watching this, that's involved in this, you better ask Judge Diane J. Humatewa. She'll tell you. She'll tell you. I don't fuck around when it come to that personal jurisdiction in the state court or the federal court. Okay? So that's what they thought they was going to do. Okay? This motion is dead on arrival. Not only does the complaint allege acts that was committed in the state of Arizona, directed at the state, specifically directed at me, that caused injury out of that directive contact. Okay, you caused injury to me. That's what the complaint alleges. All right. So all of the components is there for these courts to exercise their personal jurisdiction. I don't give a fuck how you feel. I don't give a fuck how you feel. Oh, he's not supposed to know that. That nigger is not supposed to know that. Well, guess what? Huh. I know it. I know it. That's what y'all sitting back saying in y'all closed room. We know y'all racist. It ain't no thing, baby. You gonna pay me my damn money? All of it that you been stealing. All of it. All of you gonna scrape every last dime up. Okay? That's what you gonna do. They thought they had this shit and got these people in trouble. You had him put this affidavit on there and stick his feet right down his fucking throat. He put his foot right in his mouth and swallowed it. Why did you have to volunteer all that information? Who asked you that? Who asked you? Who asked you about number 8? Muscle members transfer a portion of their Powerball ticket sales to Muscle on a weekly basis to fund the Powerball prize pools and reserve accounts for each drawing. Okay, those are the key words, weekly and each. That's systematic and continuous contacts. What the fuck you talking about? Okay? You just lie under penalties of perjury is what you did. Because you misrepresenting the material fact. You misrepresenting the fact. Okay? You misrepresenting material facts. You're misrepresenting the fact that you do conduct business in the state of Arizona. You do conduct activity in the state of Arizona. It is systematic and continuous. It's not attenuated. Who the fuck y'all think y'all playing with? Told y'all met y'all match. And the more it go on, the nastier it's gonna get. Y'all gonna just keep pulling people in. Okay? That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. You're done. You're done. The court has jurisdiction. Is you out your mind? Who told you to overcompensate in information? That's what you get. That's what y'all get. You was dead even without that, without this affidavit. You still was dead because the acts that was alleged to have taken place was committed in Arizona. You big goofy. Didn't think I know that. Y'all didn't think I knew that, huh? Yeah, y'all got that response to this motion and y'all fucking ass was horrified. I know you was. That's why I ain't getting no response yet. It's been 7 days. Okay, it's been 7 days and y'all ain't responded. Cause you can't. You don't know what the fuck you doing. Y'all corrupt and dumb. Okay? You corrupt and dumb and you're caught. I can't believe they put that affidavit in there. All constitutional rights invoked, now waived. We up out of here. This, man. So much for your law school. 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 You need to go do a refresher course on personal jurisdiction and get up to speed on this, because this is like, this is silly. This is completely silly. Muscle does not conduct or manage the lottery operations for its members in their respective states. You're misrepresenting a material fact. The material fact is that you conduct business in the state of Arizona, no matter how you want to cut it up, and you not in compliance with the Arizona Corporation Commission. You don't have a resident agent that stay here. Patricia Lance is not a resident of Arizona. So even under the law, under the laws of Arizona and under the laws set forth by the Arizona Corporation Commission, Patricia Lance cannot be served without the permission of the Arizona Corporation Commission, because she don't have authority to conduct business or activity in the state of Arizona, you big goofy. So with that being said, that's why they didn't want to answer that declaratory thing, that declaratory, that the declaratory relief we prayed for, we put in for. They let it sit and pushed it. They didn't want to do no judicial notices, deny all the judicial notices, because they have to take judicial notice of certain things, and they didn't want to because that won't align up with their plan that they already had to just go ahead and throw everything out. You see what I'm saying? They know what's going on. They know about all the money that's being stolen. Okay, they know this. There ain't no secret to these people. They just figure out, how the fuck he know? He ain't supposed to know our business. We know y'all business, and the jig is up. The jig is up. It's up. Muscle is not located and does not conduct business in Arizona. Is what you put on here, but then you turn around, talk about they sending you money weekly to go into the prize pools. What the fuck you think that is? That's activity and business, okay? And you doing it on a continued basis, all right? So what is you doing? What you thought you was doing? You ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing. What the fuck you thought you was doing? You ain't think I knew this. Connections with Arizona are neither substantial nor continuous and systematic. How isn't it continuous and systematic if they sending you money weekly for each drawing? Okay? What is y'all doing? What is y'all doing? This right here? Just this filing alone constitutes a new case of fraud upon the court. This is fraud. This is fraud. This is fraud upon the court. It's fraud upon the court. Again. Fraudulent. How you, this thing contradicts itself. You didn't know what you was doing, okay? You didn't know what you was doing. Now we're gonna look at my response to this. Okay, I'm not gonna go through this. I'm not gonna waste y'all time, y'all, because this is just trash, y'all. They just stuff the paper. They think, oh, if we stuff the paper and make it look nice and fat and long, then we can just get what we want. No, bitch. This shit don't make not a damn bit of sense. This don't make no sense. It doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. And I can't believe that they didn't have a lead counsel to be able to review this before they filed this. This is pathetic. I wonder how much money they got paid to do this. That's sad. Anyways, we're going to switch over to my response to this, and I'm going to read right through it. But I'm not going to even slow down for you guys to screenshot or look at this, because this is just, they made a mockery out of the law, and then they came up with this fake court case concerning this alleged winner, and they just embarrassing the court system as a whole. Even with that I read that, looked into that story they came up with. It's so pathetic. It's just so pathetic. Okay, we're gonna switch over. Okay, people, here's my response to their motion to dismiss. Okay, here's my response. Now comes Mark McCormick, living man with all constitutional rights invoked, herein none waived. Plaintiff also asserts the supremacy clause of the United States Constitution. Plaintiff will set forth in the attached memorandum why the court is compelled to exercise personal jurisdiction over the defendant, the Multi-State Lottery Association, which we will refer to as Muscle for brevity. The court must deny the motion to dismiss as it is improper and without merit. Specific facts contained in their Exhibit A and in their response supports the fact that they have continuous and minimum contacts with the state of Arizona. The defendants are also properly alleged to have committed acts directed at the state of Arizona on a continuous basis, and it is a fact that all acts alleged by the plaintiff happened in Arizona, and the plaintiff was a resident at the time and remains a resident of the state of Arizona. The court exercising personal jurisdiction over defendant Muscle cannot be considered without due process. Therefore, it cannot be unconstitutional. Such exercise of personal jurisdiction is consistent with the Arizona long-arm statute and United States Supreme Court's jurisprudence and the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution. Memorandum in support. Plaintiff will simply point to the facts as alleged in this case and law that supports the fact that personal jurisdiction exercised over defendant Muscle is constitutional. The court can exercise both general or specific jurisdiction over the defendants for the acts alleged in the complaint. Law and argument. Plaintiff addresses the defendant Muscle's assertion that they are not located in the state of Arizona and their principal place of doing business is located in Johnston, Iowa. First of all, the defendant committed acts directed at the state of Arizona continuously, which caused injury to the plaintiff while he was a resident of Arizona. The argument made by defendant is misplaced according to the facts and the totality of the events that are alleged to have taken place in the action herein. Plaintiff invokes the Arizona long-arm statute herein. Under Arizona Rule Civil Procedure 4.2a, an Arizona court may exercise personal jurisdiction over a non-resident defendant to the maximum extent permitted by the U.S. Constitution. Arizona's long-arm statute has a broad remedial purpose and is liberally construed to confer upon Arizona residents the maximum privileges permitted by the federal Constitution. Myers v. Hamilton Court 143 Arizona 249,252,693 P.2D 904,907 1984. General or specific jurisdiction. Depending on the type and extent of defendant's contacts, states may assert either general or specific jurisdiction. Compare helicopteros, such for general, with Burger King for specific. Now those are two of the leading personal jurisdiction case citations that's used for personal jurisdiction, and you have the Volkswagen Company and International Shoe, for those who know. Okay. All right. General jurisdiction subjects the defendant to suit on virtually any claim when the cause of action does not arise out of or relate to the defendant's activity in the forum state. Okay, and that's helicopteros for general. General jurisdiction is unavailable, however, unless the defendant has substantial or continuous and systematic contacts with the forum state. The court can exercise general jurisdiction constitutionally for a number of different reasons. The reasons are supported by the affidavit provided by the defendant attached to their motion to dismiss as Exhibit A. Minimum contacts. The defendants have continuous and systematic contacts in the state of Arizona, and it is a fact that Arizona is one of their contracted members who offer their games to the public. Profits obtained from the games are regularly and continuously dispersed forwarded to defendant Muscle. See Exhibit A, attached to defendant's motion to dismiss, which is an affidavit of Wayne Dolezal, which reads number 8, Muscle members transfer a portion of their Powerball sales to Muscle on a weekly basis to fund the Powerball prize pools and reserve accounts for each drawing. That is the first fact that satisfies the continuous and systematic prong. The second fact is that Muscle operates the Arizona Lottery's games that are not multi-jurisdictional, such as the game called The Pick, and all numbers and ticket data is shared back and forth continuously between computer systems at Muscle and their member Arizona Lottery. The third fact that supports the continuous prong is the fact that Arizona Lottery is a contracted member associated with defendant Muscle, and they work together on a regular basis, such as if a person needs to subpoena information related to the game's tickets. Oftentimes, their member partner, Arizona Lottery, will contact them to assist in obtaining such information as they did in response to plaintiff's subpoena propounded upon them, which was issued June 2nd, 2022. In that subpoena request, we asked for everyone who assisted in the gathering of the information requested to be identified under penalties of perjury via affidavit. The defendant's member partner, Arizona Lottery, provided a response and advised the information was compiled by Sherry Zendry, Arizona Lottery, with the assistance from Patricia Lance with Muscle and Grace Wang with Arizona Lottery. See Exhibit G3 attached here too. This fact alone supports that Muscle conducts regular activity in the state of Arizona and does regular business in the state of Arizona that cannot be regarded as accidental. Also see number 9 of Affidavit of Wayne Dolezal attached to defendant's motion to dismiss as Exhibit A. It reads, each Muscle separate member lotteries, including the Arizona Lottery, retain independent statutory duties regarding lottery ticket sales, retailer authorizations, prize payments, income offsets, and other responsibilities. This confirms that Arizona Lottery is a contracted member to the Multi-State Lottery Association. In deciding if minimum contacts exist, it is not the number of contacts involved, but the importance of the particular contacts. Quality, not the quantity of defendants' activities, is what is persuasive under Myers in Arizona. Okay, therefore, a single act is sufficient to establish a basis for personal jurisdiction. Okay, and in this case citation, defendant's hiring of Arizona law firm to file answer on his behalf in pending lawsuit created minimum contact necessary to establish personal jurisdiction over him. Okay, so even when you hired your attorney here in this state, okay, when you hired your attorney that's located here, you got minimum contacts even with that too. Okay, bitch. All right. With the totality of facts averred in the complaint, the court can constitutionally exercise general personal jurisdiction over the defendant, and it would not offend 14th Amendment due process of the United States Constitution. Okay? All right? I'm not going to read all through this, but basically, they ass is out. Okay? They don't know what they doing. They just doing shit. Okay? That's what they're doing. So, in the conclusion, I said the court, in determining the totality of the facts contained in the complaint with respect to the restraining order filed that same day, shall deny defendant's motion to dismiss. The defendant's counsel is not a witness to the acts that took place in the matter herein, and they were attempting to act as a witness in their arguments. There have been no depositions, admissions for the court to rely on in determining the motion to dismiss. The motion failed as a matter of law and must be denied. Boo bam. Boo bam. Okay. All right. Okay. And this is an exhibit I put on here that's showing that that they they asses is out. So they need to get somewhere and sit down and get ready. Okay? That's the end of the video. All constitutional rights invoked now. Waived. We out of here. This shit don't make no sense. This is embarrassing. Embarrassing. Now we gonna see what Michael Gordon gonna do. This is grammatical cancer. Bitch, I heard you think I look handsome. Bitch, I'm gonna subpoena your cameras. Bitch, you failed. From my black Picatinny reel. You in violation of the United States Constitution. We on your ass, bitch.
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out.